everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Sinisha and this is PeepSo Feature Highlights. In the following two episodes, we're gonna talk about Photos plugin. And yes, I know, it's been almost 2 years since we started making these feature highlights, and Photos plugin only came into spotlight now, but that's just a testament of how many features are there in PeepSo. Okay, so in the first episode, in this one, I'm going to cover all the settings for the Photos plugin that you can find in the backend. And in the next episode, we're gonna go to the front end and see how everything ties up there. Okay, there's a lot to cover, so let's begin. As it is the case with any other PeepSo plugin, once you install the Photos plugin, the configuration will be available in WordPress dashboard, then PeepSo configuration, and here in the Photos tab. Okay, so here in the Photos tab, you have all of the settings related to the photos on your website. With this one exception, AWS, I'm going to cover all other options. Now, why I won't cover all of this? Because there's a complete separate episode of feature highlights covering this one specific feature of AWS or Amazon S3 storage. So if you want to know how to set up your website to use Amazon S3 storage to store the photos uploaded on the site, then you can go and watch that episode. Link will be in the description below. Because I am not going to use Amazon S3 storage for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna disable that option and save the settings. So we start from scratch. Okay, so the first option that we have here is the maximum upload size in megabytes. And you can choose any value that you want to impose on your users. You can enter any number here, as long as it's not bigger than your WordPress host or server configuration. My server is currently configured to accept 300 megabytes uploads. That's the maximum of the file can be in order to be uploaded. It doesn't matter if it's an image or PDF or whatever it is. My server will reject all the files bigger than 300 megabytes. And PeepSo will tell you here what is the maximum allowed size in megabytes or gigabytes. I think it will say 2048 megabytes if it's 2 gigabytes or something like that. It doesn't matter. You will see the limit of your server here, and if the limit on your server is low and you want it to be more, then you need to talk to your hosting provider, because this limit here that you can enter manually can never be bigger than the limit imposed by your web host. So let's say we want to change this maximum upload size in megabytes to, let's say, 50 megabytes. Okay, let's save the settings. Let's go to the front end, and you see how this setting over there is changed. Okay, let me refresh the page so you can see it again. Let's upload photos. It's 50 megabytes. If I return it to 20, let's say 20 megabytes, save the settings. Let's wait for the settings to actually be updated. Refresh this page. Now when I want to upload a photo, the limit is now 20 megabytes. Let's come back to the settings, and now this autoplay GIFs option simply means that GIF animations uploaded to your website will be played automatically. This does not apply. Let me save the settings so autoplay GIFs is enabled. This does not apply to Giphy integration. Okay, they will autoplay no matter what, all the time. If it's disabled or enabled, it doesn't matter. So let me show you. If I disable autoplay GIFs and save the settings, Now when I refresh this page, you will notice that this GIF automatically plays. So like I said, this setting does not apply to GIF integration, but it rather takes into consideration all the photos that you uploaded as animation. I here have one animated frog over here, as you can see. Let's upload that image and post it. And because my setting is to not autoplay uploaded GIFs automatically, it's still static until the user press play, right? You need to open and then press play to see it. But if I go to the configuration and say autoplay uploaded GIFs, save the settings. Now when I refresh this page, see what happens with this image. It starts playing automatically. All right. Let's come back to the settings and see the user limits. Now don't confuse this with actual user limits plugin. I'll come to that later in the video. These user limits here are basically limits that you can impose on your users on how many space on your server they can take by uploading photos and how many photos per day can they upload. Or you can just say, this is the maximum number of photos you can have uploaded on my website and be done with it. If you want to, upload more, you will have to delete some. So let's see allowed space per user in megabytes. If you enter 0, the setting will become empty. So let me save it. You see I entered 0, but when I save the setting, the field will remain to the empty state, meaning this setting is set to unlimited. If you have a small space on your web server and you need to spare the space, you can say I will allow only 100 megabytes for every single user on my website. So when they upload photos, once they upload 100 megabytes worth of photos, they will be not allowed to upload more. They will have to delete some. Okay, maximum number of photos per user. You can choose one of the predefined options or set unlimited. And this basically means that regardless of the megabyte size, they can upload only, let's say, 100 photos. And once they reach the 100 photos limit, they will have to delete some in order to upload more. And daily photo upload limit per user simply means that I want to say you are only allowed to upload 5 photos every single day. So in 24 hours, you can upload only 5, or let's say 20 photos, and that's it. So if you have a spammer on your website that likes to upload a lot of photos, you can say, dude, let's just make this setting to 20 so it's good for everyone. Okay, so save the settings, and now for photo size and quality. Before we go there, I need to explain this. If you have settings like this, where two settings are competing to each other, I have a number of photos that can be uploaded is 100, and allowed space for users to use on my server is 100 megabytes. So what comes first will take effect. So if I upload let's say 100 images, and every single of those images is lesser than 1 megabyte, so I will still have allowed space per user, okay, but I reach the limit of 100 photos. So I will get the prompt that I reached the photos limit and I need to delete some. Likewise goes in the other direction. If I upload, let's say, 50 photos of 2 megabytes each, I will reach this limit over here, and automatically this limit becomes irrelevant because I already have reached this limit. Okay, so I hope that made sense. So whatever comes first will take effect. Now let's come back to the photo size and quality. All of these are optimization options, mostly after they leave the image processor. And I'll talk about that when it comes to image quality and thumbnail quality. But for now, if you want to resize or use the original, after the photo is uploaded and left the image processor, you can choose to resize the image, and it will automatically resize it to save some space on your web host. If you want to keep it the original, you can just use original. Maximum image width and maximum image height are the dimensions in pixels allowed for photo upload. So if I open this, you will see this limit over there saying what is the limit in image dimensions that I can upload. And you can change that over here to any value that you wish. Now these two last options, they deserve the separate section in the video, because how often have you heard, oh, I uploaded the images and it lost the quality, or Facebook destroyed the quality of my images when they are uploaded? Well, it's not a fault of a website per se. There's a thing called image processor, and in PHP natively that's GD2, which is installed on every single web server that runs PHP, and you can use the open source ImageMagick image processor that is installed separately. Okay, these are all the pieces of software that are installed on your web server. You cannot do any settings from the WordPress backend. They are not WordPress plugins. They are image processor required for images to actually be uploaded and processed on the website. Okay, so how it works, basically when you upload the image, it goes through the image processor and then it's given to the end consumer or website to do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so this image quality and thumbnail quality will only be applied to the end product. What I mean is, once you upload the image on the website, it will go through the image processor, and what comes out of the image processor, then this quality will be applied. So if you set, let's say, 100 to image quality and thumbnail quality, this does not mean that the quality of the image that you have it on your computer before you started the upload will be preserved. This 100 image quality and thumbnail quality will be applied to the result that comes out of image processor. You can never have the same quality of the image as you have it on your own computer and once uploaded on the internet. That's just how web servers work. We don't have a better technology at this moment. And for the last part of the video, we are going to go to our WordPress dashboard, then PeepSo configuration, and then user limits. So not photos, but user limits. Scroll all the way down until you find photos and settings for disabling photo uploads. As it is the case with almost every other option with the user limits, you can base this restriction on profile completeness, on avatar, on cover, and set specific roles not to be able to use this feature. Okay, if you want to know about user limits and how to use this plugin, we naturally have a completely dedicated episode about this plugin, and the link will be in the description below. And that is all for this episode. In the next one, we're gonna go to the front end and see how everything works there. So how the photos are stored, how the albums are created, what are these stream photos, profile covers, and profile avatar albums, how do you create a new one, what happens with the images that get posted in the comments and chat, and we'll cover all of those features in the next episode. If you liked this one, gives us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification icon to be notified whenever new video comes out. Don't forget to follow us on social media as well. We are present there, and naturally, links are in the description below. Until the next video, I wish you all the best. Bye!